Greetings, everybody. DW Pastor Barry. I'm trying to finish this thing up tonight for the month of August. 2024 is rapidly coming. We're already nearly 8 days in now. December the 8th would have been my grandfather's birthday. He would have been into his 100s now, but he passed away, I believe it was, I don't know if it was the end of 99 or I think he just got to 2000, I'm not sure. And that was my grandfather, Barry. I didn't get a chance to spend a lot of time with him growing up because him and my grandmother had divorced. And it wasn't until his last few years on this earth that we were all kind of reunited and we spent time with him. I remember it was a great time, had fun at his house. It was great to see him again because I'd missed him for several years. And, of course, I'm named after him. His name was William Barry, and my middle name is William. And I think in my older age, I'm starting, kind of body-wise, I'm starting to look more like he was a bit of a hefty guy. I think it was, as I recall, he was sort of broad-shouldered, and he wasn't a tiny man, that's for sure. And sometimes I look at photos of me and I think I resemble Grandpa Barry a little bit. Anyway, December is passing by quickly. Won't be too long before Christmas is here. How about that, huh? All right, so we're in Tozer Devotional. This is August the 30th. This is the second last one for this month. This is called Fruit, Not Trees. And I'm definitely going to need my eyes to see what this has to say because the print is small. Okay, we're going to go to Matthew chapter 12. Let's see, I got it right here. We're going to read verses 33 to 37, and not a whole lot of reading here tonight in this one. But the 33rd verse in Matthew 12 says, "Either make the tree good and his fruit good, or else make the tree corrupt and his fruit corrupt, for the tree is known by its fruit." And that is absolutely true. You know how they say you can't judge a book by its cover? That's not always true. That's only true part of the time. If you go up to an apple tree and you see apples on the tree, you can say, hey, that's an apple tree. Very simple. If you look at a person's life and they live in sin, they're filled with strife, division, chaos, no self-control, that, my friends, is called rotten fruit. And it's no evidence of a Christian. Now, here's the thing. There are some people who are new believers that still need a lot of deliverance. They need demons cast out. They need their minds renewed. There are always people like that. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people who are claiming to have been Christians for a long time. And yet, drama follows them everywhere they go. They cuss up a storm. They manifest anger and smash and destroy things, I'm not saying that person doesn't have the Spirit of God. I mean, I can't say that automatically. But what I can say is the fruit that they're producing is rotten, which indicates that there's something wrong with the tree. Right? A lot of times it's because someone's not truly born again. Sometimes they just need some healing and deliverance. Other times they're not really born again. We do need to judge a tree by its fruit. And one thing I can say about us in our ministry is that a lot of the fruit in our ministry cannot be judged because a lot of the work we do is private. It's not known to the public world. Some of it is, some of it's not. Sometimes when we help somebody who can testify to what God has done in their life because God used us to minister to them, that's different. But when we have people coming to our home or we meet them in places and we lead them to the Lord and they have big names that we can't broadcast, people don't know about that fruit. One day when some of the people we've helped, when they come out, and they come out, basically come out publicly and say they're born again, and if they say they're affiliated with us, etc., 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 then people can judge the fruit. So that's where we're at with a lot of our ministry work. Okay, a tree and its fruit. Matthew 12:33 says this. This is all red letter Jesus speaking. Either make the tree good and its fruit good, or else make the tree corrupt, and its fruit corrupt. For the tree is known by its fruit. O generation of vipers, how can you, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. A person can be a great pretender and pretend to be a certain way for a certain amount of time, but I promise you, you can take it to the bank. There's going to come a time where they're going to speak something that's coming out of their heart, some wickedness, the true character of themselves. It's going to come out at some point. You can't always hide it. That's just the way it is. How do I know? Because Jesus himself said it. For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart brings forth good things. And an evil man out of the evil treasure brings forth evil things. But I say to you that for every idle word that men speak, they will give an account on the day of judgment. What are idle words? Well, one way to look at it is words that don't mean anything. It's just a bunch of hot air. Therefore, we need to be careful with our words, right? For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. And I can tell you this right now, I do not want to be condemned by my words. Help me, Jesus. Fruit, not trees. Tozer says, rightly understood, faith is not a substitute for moral conduct, but a means toward it. The tree does not serve in lieu of fruit, but as an agent by which fruit is secured. Fruit, not trees, is the end God has in mind in yonder orchard. So, Christ-like conduct is the end of Christian faith. To oppose faith to works is to make the fruit the enemy to the tree. Yet, that is exactly what we have managed to do, and the consequences have been disastrous. A miscalculation in laying the foundation of a building will throw the whole superstructure out of plumb, and the error that gave us faith as a substitute for action instead of faith in action has raised up in our day unsymmetrical and ugly temples of which we may well be ashamed, and for which we shall surely give a strict account in the day when Christ judges the secrets of our hearts. Yes, this is another deep one, but I hope you're getting his meaning. I think this is a good one. If there is true faith within, there will be obedience to God without. They walk together and they go down together. When faith fails, disobedience sets in. Why? One reason is because without faith, it's impossible to please God. If you're not walking by faith, and guess what? To walk in obedience to God means you're walking by faith. So if you're living righteously, you're living by faith. If you're living in sin, you're not living by faith, you're living by the flesh. And by your physical eyes, you're bringing in, you're taking part in things that your physical eyes are just lusting after. It's not good. So if you didn't get the meaning behind this one, just, you can, if you got a cell phone, take your finger and just move the video back a little bit, because I think this is an important one. All right, I'm going to go. I think maybe I'll do one more video tonight to wrap up the Tozer series for the month of August. I really don't know how long it's going to take me to get all these done. I still have so many hundreds of videos to go, but I assure you that I'm really looking forward to getting into some newer devotionals, because it's different writing, different styles, different topics, different locations in the Bible where we're going to be reading. So I'm really looking forward to that. So stay tuned with me, guys. If you don't like the Tozer Devotional, go to the next one. Derek Prince or Andrew Murray, Smith Wigglesworth, whatever. There are so many varieties on my YouTube channel to choose, so I hope you guys enjoy them. Share them, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. God bless you guys. Check your 3-piece, and I'll see you in the next Tozer Devotional.